lighting? We're going to get the lighting together this week. How are we looking? We're looking good. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Let's see, since I've last seen you, I had a birthday. Oh my gosh, I turned 38 years old. So that was awesome. I'm so happy to be alive. I'm so glad to be living. It is hot outside, and I was tempted to just show up in like a bathing suit, but I didn't want to put y'all through that trauma. But oh my gosh, what a great show so far. It is a great evening. It looks like I have a guest who wants to join me. He was missing last month, so he is back. This is Mr. Justin Anderson. Say hello.
Hi.
So what do you think? Let's come over a little bit. Uh-oh. Hold on. The gift shop's still open. You gotta go get your Charles H. Wright swag.
Gift shop.
She's making her little announcement. Okay. All right, so back to you. How are you enjoying the show so far?
I loved it. I think it was really good. I kind of like had a little epiphany listening to that last story, because like I feel so blessed because I have my parents. I have like a bunch of stuff some people could only dream of, and I can do whatever I want. And I'm really grateful for that.
That's awesome. Now, the last time we saw you, you were probably like 2 inches shorter, and you grew over. Like the last time that we saw you, what happened? What are you eating? What are your parents feeding you?
I thought you were supposed to be a professional.
We're feeding you human being. Like, what are you eating?
God.
So you're enjoying the show. What about Rochelle Riley? She's in journalism. That's something you have an interest in, right?
No.
So what do you have an interest in for your career?
Well, I like making stories. I'm more into fictional things. When I grow up, I'd like to produce TV shows and video games and anything people can enjoy and resonate with.
TV shows and video games. Now, what type of TV show would you want the world to see?
I don't know. I just let God give me inspiration.
That sounds good. If you wanted to see a particular type of show on TV, what is something that you feel is missing right now in the market?
I don't know.
But you know that you're able to fill that hole?
Hey, I'll try. I'll try my best.
Now, you said writing. You're interested in writing, right?
Yeah, I like writing things too. But I mean, like television is just like writing, but with pictures. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So it is storytelling, just like what we're doing here right now.
Absolutely.
So, stories. Do you have any stories that you would eventually want to share on our stage?
Not ones that would fit right now. That would fit in the time we have here.
Well, we're going to keep you in mind for a future storyteller. Okay? That's the deal. We'll shake on it. Thank you for joining us. Any closing words? Any final send-off?
Love you, Mama. Don't drink and drive.
I love you too. They will not drink and drive. Come on up. How are you? You can join me right over here. Now, I remember you from a few months ago, right? You were here with your daughter.
Yes.
Now, tell us your name and where you're from.
I'm Judith Thompson, and I'm from Detroit.
So is this your second time at the Storytellers?
No, I've been here before, but I sort of like talking, so I'm back to talk again.
Well, we like listening, so what are your thoughts on tonight's show?
Well, I was going to talk about Satori's comment on her bad hair, because I have a story about hair too.
Okay.
But my hair is not bad, it's just naughty. And I learned about it being naughty again from some white woman. My aunt was a seamstress, and she made beautiful clothing. And so I was riding the bus when I was about 12 years old with a beautiful organdy dress that my aunt had made. And there were two white women on the bus arguing about me. And what they were saying was they were trying to figure out if I were black or white. So one of them said, she's got to be white. Look at what she's got on. She's got this beautiful organdy dress. And the other one said, no, look at her hair. My hair wasn't nappy, but it was naughty.
Now, how did that make you feel, these two women having this conversation about you right next to you?
I don't really remember. I just remember what happened. I don't really remember.
Now, how do you feel about your hair now?
Well, took me until I was about 28 that I liked my hair. And now I had a stroke. So this is natural. And so because before then I used to have it straightened, long, straightened. Now it's short so I can take care of it and natural. So
Well, it is beautiful, and you are beautiful, and we are so glad you came and spoke with us again. Now, how soon can we expect you on our stage?
I hope soon.
We are looking forward to hearing your story.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. We have another guest here. You can stand right here. Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Robin Reese. I am from uh, Providence, Rhode Island. That's where I live, but I'm originally from Pensacola, Florida. And so I was born and raised in Pensacola, and born to a multi-generational matriarchal family in Pensacola, Florida. And it wasn't until tonight that I was listening at the stories that I really started to remember, my own upbringing, and started to think about, a time where right out of Jim Crow, I was around 5 or 6 years old, early 1970s. And my grandmothers, my great-grandmother and my grandmother would walk downtown to pay their bills, and we would get the lessons about don't look white people in the face. If they say something to you, just smile and say, yes, ma'am, no, sir. And I remember specifically one day, I wanted to have a hamburger at the lunch counter in Woolworth's. And usually when my grandmothers went downtown to pay their bills, it was, go downtown, do what they had to do, and then come back home so as to not create any drama or to be involved in anything that could end up in some adverse situation with white people. But this particular day, she allowed me to have a hamburger at the lunch counter in Woolworth's. So she sat me on the stool. She ordered my hamburger, but what she did was she stood behind me with her back against my back and let me enjoy my hamburger and to protect me from anything or anyone that may have come my way. And so when we were talking about the theme of reparations tonight, I thought about Corrine Crittenden, which is her name, and Edna Mae Jones, and who was my great-grandmother, who was a domestic, and was the head domestic for a very, very wealthy family in Warrenton, Florida. And I thought about them, and I said, well, what is owed to them? Because I am who I am today because of who they are. I'm an assistant principal at a middle school. I'm a playwright and director, poet, and I'm all of those things because of what those women did. And so if America owes anything, you can't repay them for anything now because they're gone. But I would love to see a country created where little girls don't ever have to think about sitting anywhere and feeling safe, where grandmothers become again comfortable with walking their children and their grandchildren in places in and out of this country and feeling safe. So that is my desire, and that is my dream. And I will write about that, tell stories about that, and continue to hope for an America that recognizes the sacrifices that women like me and like your grandparents and my grandparents made for us to be where we are today.
How do we get this out there? How do we put this on the radars of people?
I think it's important for us as artists. I'm here in town with in Detroit, with a group called Urban Playwrights United, and we're here in a conference. And I think it's important for those of us who are artists and who are storytellers to begin to not be afraid to put our arts out there, to let people know what we're thinking and what we're feeling. Art is a beautiful way to create messages and to let people know what it is that's in our hearts, and stories that come from our heart that touch other people's heart, that will hopefully open up the eyes of the world to what we're looking for as an African American community. We're not looking for you to write us checks. We're looking for you to level the playing field so that we can have our just due. Yeah.
Now, is this your first time joining us at the Twisted Storyteller?
It is. It's my very first time, and I have thoroughly enjoyed myself from the moment that I sat down to this moment right here, because the stage and watching the dancers and just the beautiful even vendors outside at the museum all make for an experience that is so wonderful in celebration of African American culture. And I live in New England, so we don't have much of that. So to be able to come to a city like Detroit and experience this and this particular twisted storytelling event is a dream.
We're so grateful to have you here. We hope that when you join us in the future, you can come back and visit or even share a story on the stage. Would you be interested in?
Love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. So put me in contact with whoever, and I'd love to tell the story. God bless you. Thank you.
You too. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Have a good night.
We have another guest here. Hello, join me over here. Good, how are you? Good to see you. Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Alma Greer, and I'm from Oakland County.
Now, we recognize your name as a storyteller here.
Yes.
Now, how does it feel sitting in the audience tonight?
Oh, it felt wonderful. I love the stories and the experiences of the speakers so far. I'm just encouraged, and because I'm a Southerner, I especially appreciate the comments that they've made. I love it. I love it.
Now, when you hear the phrase reparations, what comes to mind?
Debt. There's a debt owed to a large segment of the community in the United States. And I want to live long enough to experience equal justice for all. Because this is a nation of immigrants. And I always think about the statement on the Statue of Liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to be free. And many of the people that want to come into this country have the same goal or the same dream as the founders of this country had. They're yearning to be free, and they want that opportunity. And so I think this country, this is our country, everyone in this country. Yes.
Yes, that is a dream. Now, what do you have here for us?
Well, as I said, my name is Alma Greer, and I'm founder of Legacy of Literacy, Inc. And I want to invite the community to come to Literacy in the Park, co-sponsored by the Highland Park Business Association. And that will be from 12 until 5 tomorrow. And we invite the parents to bring the young people because I want the entire community to be involved in improving literacy in our community. The rate of illiteracy is unacceptable because I feel that every literate person should take the opportunity to teach one person how to read. And,
Go ahead.
so tomorrow we have several volunteers, listeners. We have volunteer listeners, and we have young people reading to the listeners. And the listeners will give them a ticket after they read a book, or each book they read, they will get a ticket. And this will give them permission to ride a pony, ride a train, go into a media van, make ice cream, involve in art activities, go into the photo booth, and we have so many wonderful activities. We also have lunch, and it's free and open to the public.
Now, in your words, what is the significance of literacy among our youth?
Well, I love the statement that Frederick Douglass made. Once you learn to read, you will be forever free. And it creates opportunities, and it gives us choices. So I want all of our young people to know how to read so that it will increase the choices that they have in the community. And I think allowing young people and adults, we have illiterate adults in our community, to remain that way is criminal. I think it's criminal, and I think all of us should take responsibility to create opportunities for everyone in our community to be literate.
I couldn't have said it better. How beautiful. What other words can you share with us today about this event, about anything else you have going on?
Our theme is STEAM.
Okay.
science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And we have a wonderful guest author. Her name is Christine Taylor Butler, and she's going to do experiments with young people. We had her last year. And she was so wonderful. And during her experiments, we invited her back. We also have Thomas King Moore, a 12-year-old. He's 12 years old, and he's our featured poet. And so he's going to be reading from his book and signing his book and giving it to the young people that attend the conference. So I'm really excited about this opportunity to create an opportunity for our children to experience reading and feel good about it, and we'll be giving books away also. So we want to increase the young people's library.
Now, if someone wants to support this program, how can they show their support?
They can attend, and we have a website. I don't think we have it on this piece of literature. They can call 313-283-3129, and they could go to literacyinthepark.com to get more information.
Here, literacyinthepark.com. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to hear another story from you soon.
Oh, really? I have some plans.
Oh.
I love what Rochelle was talking about, and I have this idea, a word in my mind called resiliency, because of the first storyteller mentioned walking to school and having the police follow him, and talked about lost, and Rochelle talked about lost opportunities. But still, as Maya Angelou said, we rise. We're resilient. We're genius. And I want our children to be able to manifest their genius and be part of creating an opportunity for them to do that. Yes.
Awesome. We're excited to hear it.
Thank you. Thank you. So come to Literacy in the Park tomorrow from 12 to 5 p.m. in Highland Park in front of the McGregor Library.
Literacy in the Park, and that's literacyinthepark.com.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show. So, my dad is here, and I want him to come join me if there's enough time. There might be enough time. But it was just Father's Day last week, and I didn't get a chance to, have him here last week. He's in from Chicago. So I just want to say hello on camera. Come on. He's coming. Come on. Oh, okay. Hi. We want to say hi to the live stream people.
We do?
Tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Mitchell Sholar. I'm her father. Yes.
I just brought him all the way up here so he could do that. Are you enjoying the show?
I am so much. Look, I'm in Chicago. You're going to make me drive every 3 weeks just to come and see this. This is really nice.
Awesome. It's his first time at the show, so.
Yes. And I lived here and then I moved, but I'm enjoying this so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy the second half.
I look to do that. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you too, baby. Lady.
Come on over. That's my dad. He does look young. Come and join us. Oh, come on, Mama. Yeah. Join us right over here. Hello. Tell us your name and where you're from.
I'm Bonnie Austin.
Where you from?
I'm from Inkster.
And I'm Renee Bellew, and I'm from Inkster. This is my mom. She's a virgin here. Yeah, this is her first time, and I just really enjoy the show, and I'm glad to bring her down here to the Wright Museum.
What are your thoughts on the show so far?
It's real nice. I really enjoyed. I like what's going on.
stories.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
she's 85 and I'm 63. I'm her first baby.
They say it don't crack, and this is the proof right here.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, we will.
I think that is it for us for this time. We take a break in August, so we'll miss you so much. But we will be back in September. And we look forward to seeing you. Join us on live stream, or better yet, come to the audience. Come chill and get a seat, get a front row seat, and enjoy. Thank you so much. Again, we have our big fundraising campaign going on right now. So please visit twistedtellers.org. If you enjoy these stories, support these stories. All right, thank you so much. Bye, live stream.